In this video, I'm going to be teaching y'all to be ISO dribble gods in NBA 2K22 next gen and current gen. But first, if you're looking for somebody to grind your badges, hit up Elite Badge Grinding. They're super fast and 100% legit. Click their links in the description and let them know Hambo sent you. Also, at the start of Season 2, I did change a couple of dribble SIGs. All the dribble SIGs you guys do need are in the description, and as well, there will be a basic dribble tutorial which will help you guys out if this one is too advanced. Even though this is a new Season 2 dribbling video, I need to start with the basics, which is the connectors. If you don't know how to properly use connectors, then you're not going to be able to string together combos. Okay, so to do this sliding behind the back connector, all you're gonna want to do is hold your left stick in the opposite direction that you were running in, but also a little bit backwards. For example, if you're running with turbo to 2 o'clock, you're gonna want to flick and hold your left stick down to 7 o'clock. Majority of the time, if you're doing this correctly, you will get this sliding behind the back, but from time to time, you will also get this little between the legs. Out of these connectors, there are a plethora of moves that you can do, but my personal favorite is the nutmeg. Pretty much to do this move, you need to be running forwards or diagonally forwards. Then you need to flick your right stick diagonally down towards your off-ball hand, and then immediately flick diagonally up in the same direction. So let's just say, for example, the ball's in your left hand. You're gonna want to hold turbo and be running kinda straight, and then immediately after, flick your right stick to 2 o'clock. If you want to go sideways or even backwards, you need to rotate your left stick to the direction you want to go in as you're doing this move. Also, right now it does seem like a pretty good time to remind y'all to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 10K by the end of the year, so it'd be greatly appreciated. The next move on this list is going to be probably the best ISO dribble move in the game, and that is the basic one spin. Basically, to do this move, you need to be running straight or mostly straight, and then rotate your right stick from your off-ball side to the top. So if the ball is in your left hand, for example, run straight, rotate your right stick from 3 to 12 o'clock, and then boom, you'll get the basic one spin. If you can get really sideways with the nutmeg and then do the basic one spin, you can get some very cool animations, such as this little jump back HESI. On to another great move to combo up with, and that is going to be the backwards half spin. To do this move, you need to be running backwards, obviously, with turbo. Then pretty much rotate your right stick from the bottom to the top. If the ball's in your left hand, you rotate it clockwise, and if the ball's in your right hand, you rotate it counterclockwise. So pretty much if the ball's in your right hand and you're running backwards while holding turbo, just rotate your right stick from the bottom to the top counterclockwise. Two great moves to get into this little backwards half spin is by doing a basic one spin and then doing it. Or if you're able to, you can do a nutmeg and get so far sideways that you're basically backwards and then do the half spin. Also, another great combo that you guys are going to want to learn and you guys are going to see me do a lot is a connector out of the half spin or out of the basic one. Then out of the connector, you can do a ton of different moves such as the nutmeg. The next move on this list is going to be the running half spin. This is kind of a replacement for the backwards half spin if that starts to get boring. When doing this move, I usually am running diagonally to one direction. Then without holding turbo, I'll go ahead and rotate my right stick from the ball side to the top. If the ball's in your right hand and let's say you're running to around 1 o'clock, then if you want to do this move, you're going to want to rotate your right stick from 3 o'clock-ish to 12 o'clock. This move looks very good, very cool, but it does require a pretty good amount of space, which is why I really couldn't show you guys how to combo up with this since the Gatorade courts are just so small. Now let's talk about some running dribble moves. First is going to be the running behind the back. To do this move, you need to flick your right stick diagonally down towards your off-ball hand. So if the ball's in your left hand, flick your right stick to around 4 or 5 o'clock. And if the ball's in your right hand, flick your right stick to around 7 or 8 o'clock. The next move on this list is going to be the double crossover, which is amazing if you do manage to get sideways. All you need to do is, while running, flick your right stick diagonally up towards your off-ball hand, and then immediately flick your right stick diagonally up in the other direction. The key for this move is right when you start doing it, you need to let go of turbo. If the ball's in your left hand, for example, flick your right stick to 2 o'clock, and then immediately flick your right stick to around 10 o'clock, and then boom, you'll do a double crossover. Moving on to some new dribble moves in NBA 2K22. First of these moves is going to be the little fake out escapes. Pretty much to do these, you're going to want to do an escape and then flick your left stick back the other way. So for the crossover escape, hold turbo, flick diagonally up with your right stick. And then immediately after you do this, flick your left stick horizontally across, but to the other direction. For a between the legs escape, flick straight across. And then for a behind the back escape, flick diagonally down with your right stick. The last fake escape drill move is going to be this little HESI escape. This is actually my personal favorite. I would recommend doing this move out of a momentum or some sort of hard crossover first. If you want to do the momentum version and the ball is in your left hand, hold turbo, flick your right stick to 2 o'clock, and then also flick your left stick to 2 o'clock right after. And then for the HESI escape portion, you're going to want to flick your right stick to 3 o'clock, let go of turbo, which is the key, and then flick your left stick to 9 o'clock. Also, make sure for only the HESI escape, not any of the other escapes, you are letting go of turbo right before you flick your left stick. Onto a quick and really easy move, and that is going to be step back. All you have to do for this move is just hold turbo and flick down. Next, for the OG STEEZO spin. To do this move, you need to get kind of sideways using the nutmeg. Then you're going to want to do a basic 1 spin. If the ball's in your right hand after this spin, hold L2 and hold your left stick across, but a little bit down. So to like 8 o'clock. If you did it correctly, you should get this little between the legs that kind of flips you around almost. And then you're going to want to rotate your right stick counterclockwise. Pretty much anywhere on the right stick, but for me, I personally just do it closest to the right side since that is the easiest. In my opinion, this is probably the hardest move to do because you need to get completely sideways first. So if you're unable to master it, don't worry about it. Finally, we are going to be talking about the new spins added in NBA 2K22. Basically, you just have to do any spin except for the spin back. Then just flick your right stick down. If you flick your right stick straight down out of this spin, then you'll get this around the legs animation. But then if you flick your right stick towards your ball hand, you'll get this little bounce back. There's a ton of new and fun animations out of spins in this game, which are really fun to use. So just experiment with flicking your right stick in random directions out of spins. Overall, that's pretty much all the moves that you guys need. For the rest of the video, I'm going to be putting on the screen combos that you guys can do using these drill moves. If you guys can master all of these drill moves, put them together, and even add in your own little spin, then you're going to become a dribble god. And with that being said, that is going to wrap it up for the video. If you found the video helpful or enjoyed it, scroll down, drop me a like, subscribe to the channel so you can notified next time I'm dropping some more gems on y'all. Let me know if I did miss any dribble moves in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to add it in the next dribble tutorial. There's a basic dribble tutorial on the screen right now, and as well, there's also 2 dribble SIGS videos, and I do highly recommend you guys check out all 3 of those videos. If you haven't already, go follow me on Twitter, and I'm out. Peace.